Hinduism. When you hear the term Hinduism, what images do you have in mind? India? The Khajuraho temples? Or the arts we covered in class? Hinduism and its influence are diverse. Without understanding of its culture and the religious context, it is difficult to analyze my object of desire. My object of desire is Ramdao sword. It has a strong connection with Hinduism and goddess Kali. This particular sword is considered being made in the 19th century in Nepal, brought by a man called Mr. Wilfred C.M. Dodds. The sword is 830 millimeters in length, 85 millimeters in width, and 40 millimeters in depth. This is a long steel sword with a slightly curved blade. There are floral and geometric motifs onto the blade, and there is an eye-shaped decoration at the tip of the blade. All the decorations are comprised in copper. The Ramdao is usually used in a sacrifice occasion in Hindu culture. The ban of animal sacrifice was announced in 2015 in Nepal. However, people having faith in tradition still visit the temples with their offerings and asked to continue the sacrifice. Before we immerse ourselves to the world of Ramdao, I'd like to explore with you about the world of Hinduism. And these backgrounds give us some clues to unpack the Ramdao sword, and it helps to answer questions such as, what do the symbolic decorations on the Ramdao mean? The origin of Hinduism can be traced back to the two main streams. Firstly, the sacred Sanskrit literature of the Aryans, the Vedas, knowledge, a collection's hymn in praise of deities. Secondly, Hinduism strands draw on the belief prevalent among groups of indigenous people. For example, goddess Kali is regarded as faith in power of the mother goddess and in the efficiency of fertility symbols. Hinduism emerged with an emphasis on the supremacy of God Vishnu, God Shiva, and Shakti, means power. In Hinduism, there are four destinations of life: Dharma, eternal law of universe and duties of life; Artha, righteous living; Kama, wealth acquired through the pursuit of profession and human and sexual love; and finally, Moksha, the spiritual salvation. What is Goddess Durga, and who created Goddess Kali? Goddess Durga was created by Goddess Shiva and Vishnu in order to combat demons who threaten the stability of the cosmos. The famous is the one against Makhisha. Kali, literally means the black one, was born on the wrath of Durga. Kali is mainly represented as a god of anger and worshipped as the most bloodthirsty member of Hindu pantheon. Additionally, people also worship Kali as the most life-affirming goddess. Goddess Kali plays two roles: life and death. If you look up Sigiraja, one of the sacred documents in Hinduism, Kali is described as an unconventional mother who destroys as well as creates. Thus, Kali plays two roles, death and life. From Western perspective, it is often only highlighted the Kali's death role and rarely paid attention to Kali's mothership. If you look at artworks, we can notice the circle is repeatedly illustrated. For instance, you can see the huge circle with green leaves on the back, and Kali wears the gold and bejeweled crown, necklace, bracelets, armlets, anklets, and rings. Especially spotted on Kali's necklace, which is made by sacrificing the dead man's head. It is obviously suggesting that the man sacrificed with means death. But if you think about the context of the picture, it can be said that man's death and sacrifice empowers Kali. Therefore, Kali was all-loving mother. Animal sacrifice during worship are thought to have been liberated instantly from the painful cycle of rebirth to which Hindus believe all living creatures are bound. The sacrifice intended to nourish the goddess and to secure from her blessings of life. The meaning of sacrifice reflects upon the geometric motif of Ramdao, including lotus flower in the middle, very efficiently. Geometric motif of Ramdao, lotus flower, signifies the tantric tone. Lotus have been used to emblematize the female vagina traditionally in Buddhist and Hindu context. Ramdao is a top-heavy sword which was used to decapitate sacrificial buffalo in commemoration of the slaying of the buffalo demon Mahisha by Kali's progenitor Durga. The eye engraved on the blade signifies the presence of the goddess as she watches over the sacrifice. The hump-like projection above the eye on the back edge of Ramdao represent the tasseled hat of the defeated buffalo demon. The heart is sometimes also seen in paintings of Durga, floating above her head as she battles demon armies as a symbol of her victory over Mahisha. This object has so many uncertainties. Therefore, this object never stops talking to us.